100-year-old road. Can you believe it? There's a road in the U.S. that's 100 years old. Yes, and I've been on the road. Have you? Have you been on the road? I was reading this article. I know this is backwards for you, but Route 66 is going to be celebrating its 100th birthday. 100 years. You know, for those of you who have no idea, it starts in Chicago, ends in Santa Monica. We rode the route. The Route 66. It was absolutely amazing. And what was so much fun is along the way, we had major stops along the way. Not just in the cities, but seeing some of the icons along the way and the small towns. We even rode on the original Route 66 brick road. It's paralleled with Route 40, so you get to see, you could either be on the freeway or the thruway or the parkway or whatever they call it over there, or you can be through, which is pushing through brush, twigs, moving everything around, and that was when I was on the back of a motorcycle. So for those of you who don't know, I rode the back of a Harley for many years. But it was so much fun. And there's so many things that the article talked about that reminded me. Let me see if I find the article. And there's a lot of places here in Southern California that are part of Route 66. But like in Texas, we went to, we saw Cadillac Ranch, the Cadillacs. It looks like they're hanging sideways like this, and you can go and you can, quote, spray paint them, and you can, it looks like they're the waves of grain of the wheat fields and how they look. So have you ever been on Route 66? What did you think? It was just so much fun. There were so many things to see. I remember one of the places to go was the black hole, and some of the people on the ride with us actually dove into the black hole. I wouldn't do it, no desire, not at all, but that's that was them. This is me. I'm looking for the page that has the order. It was really good. Somebody took the trip on the Mother Road, page 46, and some of the things that they saw were some of the things that I've seen. And here's one of the things that they got to see. I don't know if you could see it. A lot of them were what they call motor hotels, motor lodges, where you would drive up and you can go into the reception area and get a room. And this was at the beginning when people were first getting into cars back in the 40s. And there's another area we got to see old gas tanks, the original gas tanks. And this guy is ceramic Buck Adams, Cosmic Curios, Route 66 in Tulsa, Oklahoma. So look at that guy. He was a big guy, yes. And there was just so many things. What's really interesting is here in Arizona, there's a place called Oatman, and I think I may have talked about it or sent photos of it years and years ago, but the donkeys run free there, and they're all over the little town, and they walk past you, and you can choose to feed them or not, but they're there. There is a here. This is called Slug Bug Ranch in Amarillo. Kind of similar to the Cadillac Ranch, and it's sort of down the road. I didn't know about this, but I've been to the other. So, but you're in Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, and California. Now I'm going to walk you over to show some of the memorabilia that we have, that we picked up along our route. Let's see if I can get you over there without too much. It's going to be a little reflection, so let me see what I can do here. So there's our Route 66 memorabilia. Some signs, the Mother Road, the map, that piece of pottery I picked up I think in New Mexico. And this is part of, we were on a Harley ride at the time. So we have all kinds of memorabilia from that event. And it was just so much fun. It truly was. You get to see, I'm going to turn you back around. You get to see all kinds of things about small towns. A lot of it got closed after all those years because the freeways were built and people went on the freeways or the throughways or the parkways, whatever they call them, wherever you were. And drivers started driving there instead of going through the small towns. So a lot of the businesses ended up closing over the years. But it's here. It's here in the United States. So instead of going to Asia or South Africa or into Europe or Canada, take a trip in the U.S. And what we did was we, of the group, I think there was over 100 bikes. Of the group, my late husband, and a friend took the bikes out to Chicago, and his wife and I flew to Chicago, and they picked us up at the airport. And that's a whole other story. Call me if you want some more story. And they started us at the very tip where the sign was, the beginning of Route 66. And then we, every day we had different places to look at, different things, hotels, signs, curio shops to walk into. And there was so much going on. There was so many things to see. It was absolutely, I don't even remember. There's a place, I think it was in Missouri, where it's known for this frozen custard. And when they deliver it upside down because it is that thick. And we had to go there. That was one place I definitely wanted to see. So let me know down below or send me a message somewhere. Let me know, have you been on Route 66 at all? Have you been in parts of Route 66 even? Because we have here local, even out here in Azusa, which like off the 210 area, that part is part of the Route 66 route. And if you go down, even the block has a Route 66 address. And one of the places you can go to is I think it's called the Wigwam Hotel. And they're teepees. And they've set them up with air conditioning and beds. And you can spend the night there. And it's a hotel. It's called the Wigwam Hotel. And it's one of the original icons here in California, because as people motored through, they needed a place to stay, and here was a motel for them to stay at. So let me know if you have any other icons that you've seen on Route 66, and I just thought it would be a cute, a little memory. It's a nice little memory. By the way, you like my hair? I just got that done. So Carol Gilles with Frederick's Realty. It's a wild Wednesday, and be careful out there. It's really, really windy. Wow. All right. See you next Wednesday, guys. Bye.